Hey everyone, Mika here again for the 5th video in our concept car series, using forms in Fusion to design our concept cars. In the last video I went over how to make a mirror and how to use the basic modification tools to start editing our concept car, and what's really cool is that you can be using this for pretty much 80% of your design work. It's awesome and it's great fun as well. Can be frustrating at times if you're getting something wrong, like the thing I'm going to mention in this video, which is when you get geometry wrong and it overlaps itself, it creates impossible geometry, and it creates geometry which you can't export from a form into a body or a mesh. So that's something I'm going to cover in this video and make sure I get into early, because it's something that I spent a long time trying to fix last year. So I'm going to jump into my concept car for this example because it's a bit more complicated in terms of the geometry, and I'll give you an example of what might happen. So if I wanted to move this spoiler downwards and make it a bit closer to the other face down there, I'm going to go and press edit form, select all the faces I want to move. So I'm going to select the entire spoiler here. Just as a note as well, you can see the green lines in the middle here, and this is because the face goes through the line of symmetry, so it automatically, I didn't need to select it because it'll already move it. Because I'm touching one of the lines here, so it will move the entire middle part. So I'll select these bits here, and let's say I want to move it down a bit lower so it looks a bit cooler maybe, and airflow flows a bit better maybe. I press OK, looks good to me, move on, I do something else, spend 30 minutes designing something, maybe even saving in between, I forget about it. I then want to press finish form. I won't do it because my computer will crash, probably because I've got so much stuff afterwards. It will totally mess up my my model. So I'm just going to show you what happened. So if I go over here in the corner, you'll see that the geometry has overlapped itself. So if I zoom in enough, you can see that this red piece here is inside the model itself. So it's overlapped itself, which means it's impossible. So how do I, obviously I would not have known that if I didn't do it on purpose. So how do I check if this is okay? Well, I have a option here called utilities. And if I press on display mode, it will change the display mode into something called box mode. The one we're in now is a smooth display. We can change to box display by clicking on it here, or pressing Alt and the number 1. I press this, you see it makes my car into a box shape. Looks kind of interesting, not the most appealing thing in the world, but you can see if you go over to the place where it happened, you can very clearly see that you've got two-dimensional objects just items that can't really be existing. And if you go through your model and you keep changing it from Alt 3 to Alt 1 as you're designing and changing stuff, it takes a bit longer, but it saves you a lot more time in the long run if you are modeling your car. So please use this tool, and it will save you a lot of time, and hopefully it's useful to you, and hopefully it makes you a bit more, it makes the design process of your car a bit more enjoyable.